go in different, some of the trailer parks a little later on, but it's really not it's not as scary. So this training is really just for more of those couple times when actually people might actually confront you. So if I run into Ryan, I say, good morning, I'm a missionary from St. Joseph Catholic Parish. How are you today?
Hello, young man.
Thanks for saying that. So we're coming around today just to make sure everybody knows that this is Holy Week, and this is something that we celebrate as Catholics, that Christ died for us. And we came to ask you if you're Catholic. We'd like to invite you to come to Mass, the different services, and possibly also do your first confession in 30 years. Are you interested in that?
I haven't been to Mass in a very long time. Thank you for visiting.
Okay. Is there a reason why it's difficult for you to get to Mass? Do you not have a ride, or?
Yes, my son stopped taking me.
Okay.
Near 15 years ago.
Okay. Have you asked your son within the last 15 years to take you again, or are you afraid?
No.
Well, that might be an idea. Okay. So I have the schedule here, this little sheet. This is the schedule of the services we have at St. Joseph's. Is there anything you'd like us to pray for you?
For my relationship with my son.
Okay, so why don't we write that down? So you're writing that down there. You wrote down for my relationship with my son. Okay, and then we're going to take that, and we're going to fold that up, and we're going to put it on the cross, and Leo's going to staple it. Go ahead. So what we're doing is we're collecting prayer intentions, and if you remember from last year, we have 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 of these crosses, 5 of these crosses. They were all full by the end of these 2 days with intentions. Those were all people that had said, and most of those were not Catholic. So in this case, it's a little different situation. I'm kind of mixing the two. Somebody that's not Catholic and they say, well, I'm not going to the services and everything. Well, is there something I can pray for? Do you have a special intention I can pray for? We write it down and we staple it here. Especially when we go to the flea market, we just fill this thing up. Because there are so many people that are suffering in so many ways. The prayer intentions really end up being probably the biggest thing we do. So in summary, it's an engaging in a conversation. You ask them if they're Catholic. Here is a schedule of the services that are happening at St. Joe's. These are your opportunities. If they're not Catholic, is there something that you'd like me to pray for? If they want to write it down, we put it here. This is especially good for the little kids. It's great. It's a great opportunity for them. At first they're a little timid, but after a while they really get into that. And it's adorable to see that. And then after that, you can offer the person, would you like to pray with me now? Good. Let's pray for your relationship with your son. I'm sorry that that's so difficult. So, would you like to pray in Our Father?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll pray so then we would pray the Our Father together. That's a great prayer, especially for people that are not Catholic, because pretty much they know it as well. They might say the little extra part on the end, for thine is the kingdom and the power. Let them say it. It's okay. They probably won't say the Hail Mary with you. Probably not. But the Our Father is a great prayer that unifies all Christians. So, the other thing you can ask is if you have any questions. Sometimes people have questions about the Catholic Church. So, for example, they say, we're not married in the church and we don't know how to do that. And so I don't know if I can figure out how to do that. If you don't know the answer to that, say, let me get your name and number and we'll get back to you. So we can answer that question. Because probably some of you are PhDs in theology, but probably not. Well, Lee is a PhD in theology. But other than that, you probably don't know the answer to some of their questions. But if you do, some of them are basic, you can answer them. Okay? So, I'm a missionary from St. Joseph Catholic Church. Nice to meet you. This is Holy Week. This is when we celebrate Christ died. Came to let you know the schedule for service. I'm not Catholic. Okay. Well, would you like something we could pray for you? Write it down. Would you like to pray together now? And if they are Catholic or they're not Catholic, either way, do you have any questions about the Catholic Church? I should say that in Spanish probably too.